Hi, everybody. I'm back. I think this is a Zoom problem, not a internet problem. Jesus, Louises. I'm over it. I am. I'm being tested, Scott. This stupid demonic nonsense. They're pulling me back into the Matrix. Yeah, I'm back for now. We'll see. Tampon emoji, tampon emoji. Tampons! I'm so over this. Tampon emoji. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm asking my dragons. I know there's one behind me to work its glitchy magic because that's always so much fun. When out of nowhere, I noticed Zoom went black. Bye, Felicia. Bye, bitch. We don't want nobody listening to your truth. We're just going to glitch your ass out. And then we're going to make it look like you reconnect. And then you don't. Not having it. So, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, that dragon needs to get its ass up. Hi, dragon on the floor. Get the F up. Do your job. I don't get to sleep. You don't get to sleep. I'm burning this sage like a mother effer. Burning the sage, burning the sage. Gotta burn the sage. Clear the energy, burning the sage, burning the sage. Getting it real, hot and higher. Burning the sage. I know, I'm crazy. I'm over it though. But gremlins begun, mother shit. Hi. Bok bok, says chicken. Bok bok, says holy shit. Bok bok, it's Pinky. Bok bok. Um, I don't know if it's Zoom. I think it's Zoom. Ran, not walked, ran upstairs, ran upstairs to check the internet. Ran upstairs to check the internet and it said it was okay. And then I'm getting a little unstable. Unstable. So if I go out again, I'm gonna leave it as universe doesn't want me to speak my truth tonight. And we'll leave it at that. Hi. It did it again. Hi. I don't even know if I want to do anything at this moment because he keeps dropping the shit. It keeps going, bye, Felicia. Bye, 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 bye. Demons be gone, motherfuckers. But if it does go down and doesn't want to come back up, I ain't restarting. Just a saying. Um, I'm tired. I, I'm over it. Over it. Hi, connection. No, I'm not in sync. Prayers to your hubby, Leah. Those things are not easy to deal with and handle, and it's very stressful. So my energy will be with you. I am trying to project my light body and figuring out what is going on. Are the aliens here? Are they? Are they here? Because I'm not doing this again. 3 times this is dropped. 3. No thanks. Did it? It needs to stop. Like, they need to work on the internet. Spirit, you have a task. Internet now. Oh, that's awesome. We're a rare breed around here. A rare breed. So what's going on in political land? Anybody? I don't follow it anymore. I'm over it. I'm sure many of you are as well. August is going to be a hot month. They didn't want to hear about the quantum field theory, did they? And the 17. They did not. Do I have intense energy around me? Because that's probably me. I'm trying to calm my energy down. I blew out 4 more light bulbs. 4. Spirit, you better be working your asses off because I would like to have my live. I'd like to talk to my friends online. Um, I would like that so very much. So very much. Hi, everybody. Yay! My eyes. It's like this soul wants to go home. This soul wants to go home. And I am home technically, but I want to be home. I don't know why I'm on a delay in getting what has been foretold of my future. I'm just over it. Hi, Janine. Janine, are you having problem? Oh, you don't use Zoom. Hoopy. I'm having spiritual problems. Mush push. Mush push. So interestingly enough, um, that what I will talk about it a little bit more. My experience the other day, so I'm under the weather. I had to take some Dayquil and I took a Zyrtec and I'm just downing the supplements and the tea and the honey and the garlic. I'm like I think I'm overkilling myself, but it hurts when I cough and I am around children. I want to be better. So, um, I felt my soul kind of zip out of me. My soul did that. Mind you, I'm sleeping more than 2 or 3 hours. Mind you, and drive. Hi, Mary. So, hi, Buckshot. So, me being projected out and get over here. So, in order to potentially time actual travel, Oh well, this internet's horrible. I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and eat the money that I'm paying T-Mobile. Uh, because that's internet, I think. Um, I think they know what I'm about to say. So I was thinking of myself, imagining, visualizing, feeling myself as I'm driving to JQ headquarters in a different location. And then I kept feeling that I wasn't necessarily driving, but I was somewhere else. So I'm getting like this ping pong match. And it's a weird feeling, and I haven't felt this yet. So I'm still trying to internalize it and figure out what that is. Yes, Janine, I'm still with Marine. We're working on it. We're working on it. I'm sad he's not watching now to see the shit internet that's happening. I'm glad I didn't return that box back. Glad. Glad. Yes. He's still healing. For those that don't know, I don't think he'll mind. Um, Marine had spinal meningitis, and his erratic behavior was due to his brain swelling. Well, it needs to stop. I'm letting whatever's behind me know that it needs to stop its shit, even though it's probably me. But I'm calm. I might be tired as hell and under the weather, but that vortices needs to close. Yes, he was very lucky to survive that because he had 108 fever. He should have been dead. And I'm giving him another chance as he's giving me another chance because he got upset with me and I got upset with him. And now we're working on things and everything so far seems to be fine. Back to normal. And any relationship we hit these bumps in the road, they happen. It's just I do. Every one of the pyramids behind me, take the gems. I sage them, I cleanse them, I reprogram them based on people wanting certain components and stuff. I'll be lady. I have my house is all windows. So right behind my computer is a window. It's huge. I have a window in my crystal meditative area. Then I have another window open that I could watch Little Thor. So I do get sunlight in here all the time. It's very light down here. So there is a lot of sunlight that comes in through here during the day. Um, a lot. And my smoke is still going, so that's just telling me that there's something here. It's still smoky. Hi. But if anybody is interested in understanding the potential quantum field theory and the 17 layers to that, it's the 17 fundamental quantum fields. Q 17. Quantum 17. Go look it up. Yes, you should always sit your gems in the I'm it's all about the moonlight for me, and I get a lot of light down here, so it's fine. But just for everybody that just came in, this is take 3 because Zoom crashed 3 times. So if it crashes again, I'm calling it quits because I can't handle it. It could be the field of residence that we are inhabiting and the 17 fields that are in this density. Because they're not, so physicists are not necessarily in the comprehension land of spirit or spiritual or dimensions and densities. The Curtises touched upon the law of one yesterday. So exciting. How each color, each tone of sound, frequency, all inhabits wavelengths. So, like, you go to the radio and you only have a certain amount of channels to tune into. Some have static, some have clear resonance. You can hear the radio. Think of it this way. You have a wavelength. And there's 17 of those fields that you can inhabit in one singular moment. So these 17 fields, is the foundation of all matter. That's why I'm saying it's third density where these 17 fields of quantum layering are happening. And they're in the groups of the quarks, the gluons, the boson, and all these intricate things. They're fields. And we move in and out of these fields constantly, but within third density. Now that we're moving on to fourth, we still got those subatomic particles to deal with. So I hope all that goes well, Miss B lady. And yes, I'm more than happy to make you one. I can make you one, and or you can choose one that's back behind me. I'm very open to doing stuff. Exciting. Marine. Thank you. The so we're not necessarily leaping. What's happening when we have those blackouts and we're feeling wonky? A lot of us are like, time is eluding us or escaping us, and we're like, ew, this day is never ending, or ew, this day flew by. It's your state of consciousness in flux, and it's integrating another timeline that's merging. So as we're coming up, this coming down, and we're merging with it, and we're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this. So we're climbing up and we're matching and merging with something else. Caveat, it's rapid and it's happening more than I was expecting. And yes, we're having lots of deja vu moments because we're cycling. And we're going to have more deja vu. We're going to have more mandala effects incoming now. Because what we all know and remember back in the 80s, before the harmonic convergence, the cornucopia, Fruit of the Loom, the Simpsons, and the predictive programming stuff, the Monopoly guys, Shazam, all of that stuff, we all know that we remember things the way they were. Harmonic convergence happened. We shifted into another parallel Earth. And we don't, some people didn't shift it's all consciously. You didn't go anywhere. It's all up here. Some of us shifted because we're here to help people shift, period. So we're only merging. So right now, what I think is happening to me when I'm jumping out of my body and I'm being pulled back in, I'm trying to teleport myself somewhere else. I've been working on trying to get myself into my better circumstance. I still haven't met the guy or the situation to get me out of this job that I'm in now. I love my kiddos, but my goodness, it's like a never-ending loop of hell. Like when is things gonna happen? I can't keep living like in squalor, and I can't keep living like paycheck to paycheck. I'm back on bills, backed up now. I almost overdrew the other day, and not because I didn't want to, it's just because we're I went 3 months without a paycheck. And if it wasn't for some of you that helped me out, I wouldn't have the internet on right now. basic shit. I can't meet them. Yeah, this morning I did not know because today I kind of knew it was Tuesday, but it didn't feel like a Tuesday. I had a half a day, but I work all day, but we the kids go in for a half a day and then we go to a meeting. Mind numbing. That's your other self. That's your other self. I have another self in another dimensional space who's living the opposite life that I'm living now. She has a family. I know that version of me has kids. I have a husband. I have a nice house. I have a car that is drivable in good condition. I know that because I can zip in and out of that life. That's awesome, Ashmaya. Little Thor, that video I posted today, this morning, that was from yesterday. He did not come today. And he seemed like he wanted to come in, but when I left the door open and put Freya away, he didn't want to come. So I don't know where my baby is today. But my window is open. Um, Mosh Posh. Hang on. I got this on clearance. I got this for $2. Um, since I'm taking care of JQ's babies, I had to go to Walmart to pick up more food and saw this on clearance and could not contain myself, so I had to get it. And I'm gonna prime it. Because this is a craft live. So yeah, for anybody out there that's into the Q stuff, look at quantum field theory. Because there's 17 fields in there. And I don't have my paper towels anywhere to be found. So we're going to just use tissue. Not recommended, by the way. Not recommended. Um, although I will recommend to those of you in the holistic loves, burning sage gets rid of the bacteria in the air. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. It's opinion. It's opinion. Still working on course work for the art therapy with autism. Unfortunately, I can't really, I would love to be an art therapist, but that's a lot of schooling I'd have to go back for, but it's nice to just take the courses. It is. I still have to craft. I still have to craft. Um, I know a lot of our energies have been all over the place. The Schumann, that app changed. I think they updated, and within those updates, I don't know what is true anymore. I don't know. I'm not getting a good read on if it is good or bad, even though it doesn't matter, it's all source. Um, but the time stuff we're merging and tethering, entangled, tether, the higher fragments of yourself that you need in order to shift. So there's other versions of you out there right now that you are pulling into yourself. And we're healing them. The oracle card reading I did for the collective on Sunday, because I was really out of it and sick Saturday, I could not get myself to function, FYI. So I took a kind of like a day off, but I was really not off. I was just not feeling good. And sniffly, stuffy, coughing, gross. Um, those cards were really giving us a guide to focusing to heal right now your other selves. A lot of us are still being attacked by our demonics. That's you. You're attacking yourself. You're testing yourself. I don't like these tests anymore. I don't care how high on the fucking food chain I am to source. Fucking done. Over it. Painty hands. Thank you, Ashmaya. Yeah, the cards were really weird this week. Not weird in a bad way, but like it kind of fits this week more than usual. It really does. We're going through a lot of we just had the black moon. I'm gonna read some stuff now that we're kind of back into normalcy. Hi, Ivy. I got your message. Ivy's having a good time. She's watching in spirit. So I got some good goodies. I'm gonna read to you. I'm afraid I don't want to swap screens. I don't want to jinx anything. All right, you let me know, Ashmaya. I was just gonna ask you. I will resend it. Not a biggie. Because I do get paid on Friday. So I can send, I have one more print of the one that you wanted. One fully switched on soul can reprogram the entire field. You're a freaking conductor of divine voltage. Remember, we are electric. We emit electric. We have a toroidal field. We have a field, and we put our field out there. There's a cough. And that's not even that bad. That's pretty light. Wired. We're wired for light, photons, electrons, neutrinos. Engineered for truth. Every time you raise your frequency, you fire off a signal, a ripple through the quantum grid. You shift realities. This isn't poetic, it's literal. Chicken drop. Buck, buck, chicken, chicken. Buck, buck, buck. This is stuff I've been saying, but now we're getting people putting memes out on there. I just don't say things to say them. I say them because, hi. Timeline shift, recalibration. And I think this is what's happening with many of us. And this is from Blue Rose Oracle, SXX. The reemergence of the Schumann resonance charts reflects a collective movement into a new timeline. Bandwidth. This shift is opening deep cellular recalibration, dissolving survival codes, outdated conditioning, and inherited scarcity programs that no longer resonate with the frequencies now arriving. And I think that's why Brian Scott today put out the scarcity. What did he put out today? He put something really good out that pertains to this. An activation. The fatigue. The wipeout waves. And I've been feeling this too. And the heightened anxiety many are experiencing are signals of the nervous system recalibrating. As the body reorganizes to carry greater fields of receivership, old survival patterns and abundance blocks may rise strongly because the system is preparing to hold expanded flow. So, is this the potentiality of me not jumping completely off onto the timeline where I get the opportunity to get a new job, to have a career, to make financial gains in my life? And I'm not talking about being a millionaire. I'm talking about feeding myself and paying the bills, just being content. It's frustrating. Oh, have to be patient, have faith, have to be patient, have to be patient. I sound like Woody Woodpecker. But each and every day I'm getting up really early in the morning. I'm feeding kitty cats. I'm going to work. I'm doing as much as I can. And here's the burnout. I'm sick. That is right, Bob. The living strata. Reality is not one world, but many interwoven, like tones sounding in a single chord. To walk among them is not to climb upward, but to shift resonance within. And I felt when I was doing that drive to JQ's house, I was being pulled in and out of my body. I was consciously aware of driving. Don't think I'm being dangerous by doing that stuff. It happens naturally. It happens when it happens. I don't think, unless you really focus in on that, I honestly think a lot of us are having these very unique experiences that you really can't put your finger on. It feels weird. And I know that I've been having them. I literally felt myself jump out of my body. And I normally get that feeling when it's my light body, but I know it's my light body. I feel the light expand around me. And then it boop and off it goes. But I get snapshots of where my light body is going. But I feel it. I feel the tethering to it. That's different. What I'm going through right now is different. I'm seeing myself in a location. I'm feeling that I'm there. I'm seeing scenes that I'm there, but I'm driving. Make that make sense. I just want everybody to be content. What I'm having a problem with in societal terms right now is that there are still a bunch of us, even when I had funds, right? I'm working my ass off, getting pinch marks, thankfully I didn't get the bite marks today that my OT got today. That there was a child that did some damage today. And as much as I love what I do, as much as I love doing what I do, it's not earning me enough to live contently. No one in my building even gives a shit that some of us can't feed ourselves. That's a problem. That's an empathy problem. I never worked in a place where someone's saying, I can't afford to eat. And the only response you get is, oh, why don't you go to the food bank? Oh, thanks. Great. There's a lack of empathy somewhere in humanity that we gotta quell. And it seems like no matter what anybody does, things are heavy right now. Things are heavy for a lot of us. And I keep just like skirting by, but skirting by is getting worse and worse and worse. I'm behind now on bills. It happens to everybody. I don't like that feeling. I don't want that feeling. It's not what I deserve. It's not what I worked for and strive for, but it happens. And it's not because I'm living in the lap of luxury and went out of my way to take a trip to Granada, took a trip for $10,000 and it is not paying it back. No, I'm trying to live every day. I'm not vicariously spending my money that I don't have on shit, you know. I mean, everybody at the supermarket is I went to when I had to go to Walmart to get JQ's kitties food the other day. I'm seeing everybody sitting there and comparing prices. Like the aisles are packed with people just looking at the prices, going, okay, well, and there's a lot of kids with allergies, so the parents are sitting there looking at the different boxes to see and compare not just the ingredients like some of us would do, right? Like, oh, what's in this? Is it clean enough to eat? These parents don't know any of that. They're sitting there going, okay, okay, okay. Every old person that stands in line, they might have 5 items in their cart, and they always complain, like I do. Wow, this is all I'm getting, and it costs this much. This wasn't like this 10 years ago. And at some point, when is that going to end? I talked to my Aunt Bobby down south the other day. She's hurting really bad. When is it going to end? I would love to know when we all can start really thinking forward thinking. I'm doing it every day. I am doing my best to go, okay, I'm bogged down. I'm being thrown into 3D for a reason. What is the reasoning now? I am working my ass off. I'm not seeing a damn result. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still being pushed to do this? Oh, just keep going and keep going. But if something is not working, you got to figure something else out. And I don't know what to, I still am at awe and at words of what the fuck to do in order to have a successful career in what I want to do. Well, Allison, you got to create it. Cool. But I've created so many things and it doesn't stick. So what is going to stick? Until I go homeless and I have nothing. That's where I'm at in my mindset. And not because I want to be a negative Nancy. I'm just being practical and realistic. There is people who are delusional thinkers, delusional, delulu, who keep fighting and fighting and fighting. And yeah, the Cinderella story is great, but at some point, you got to eat, you got to feed yourself, you got to keep the lights on. This is not fairy tale land. Shadow figures are not always negative. Some spirits will come in dark. We're supposed to. We're supposed to. I need glasses. Yesterday's Curtis book readings is the Hail Mary of amazement. I think I found it. I'm going to read this. Quote, the 7 colors are born from the pure white light, or no color on the physical plane. I'm going to pause there because in physics, Your brain is what makes color happen. Your camera, these two little cameras right here, are creating color. They're perceiving color. Your brain is making the color. Technically, there is only gray, white, and black in your actual field of vision. Believe it or not. Which in turn is born from darkness? Black. Hence, black and white in essence are one and the same thing. The two ends of the divine spectrum, with all the manifestations of color as vibratory steps between them. Pure white is not known on earth. What appears as white always being tinged with yellow, blue, or sometimes violet. According to the tenets of Eastern occultism, darkness is the one true actuality. The basis and root of light, without which pure spirit. In occultism, darkness is the one true actuality. The base and root of light, without which the latter could never manifest itself or even exist. Of course I am. Hi. Even in the mind-baffling science, harassing Genesis, light is created out of darkness. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, not vice versa. In him, in darkness, was life, and the life was the light of man. On earth, all colors are swallowed up in black. For in black, no colors are visible, while all colors live in white. Black and white are represented by the straight vertical line, which after its descent to earth passes through various geometrical forms The first of which is the triangle, composed of the 3 primary creative rays. Their numbers being 3, 5, and 7. There is a Tool song that goes into this. There is a Tool, Tool song that speaks of this. Ra talks about some of this in The Law of One. There is something to it because animals do see in black and white. We perceive color. Some of us, like myself, see more gradients and variations of color than others. Some people are colorblind. So we got to look at the idea that what you're perceiving is only a fraction of what is really going on out there. A fraction. Yes. When I did that meditation and went to source, you got to be careful with the kaleidoscope, because every time you change that kaleidoscope, the geometrical shapes shift and you're seeing something new. We're doing that shift all the time with new shapes. So when I started really anchoring in my energy, I did the golden egg. That was my protection. Then I was doing the cords. And the cords, the ribbons, they became ribbons. And the ribbons had the galactic cosmos in silver and blue and violet. And then the earth was the greens, the yellows, the reds, the oranges, in anchoring me to the earth with ribbons, with intricate designs in them. Then out of nowhere, I'm in meditation, and here comes my Merkaba spinning like a crazy madman. And then out of that, a round, big bubble of oily looking colors of the rainbow encircling me. And then on the outside of that comes the plasma that engulfs me. Outside of that is the mirror. And it just keeps layering and layering and layering and layering. So all this stuff is happening as I'm meditating. All these signs of platonic solids, the dodecahedrons, the quadricahedrons, all those components, all of those components. Yes, she's at a game. All those components are literally what the Curtises were just talking about. The layering of, Pink Floyd's. That's always fun. Yeah, she's at a game. She just sent me a picture of her seats. They look fantastical. Hi, Ivy. We love you. I know you're listening. You are loved. I'm glitching. I also at some point will get another paint and sip done. Not tomorrow though. I have to do my lawn. It is a jungle and it needs to get done. So I don't think I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow. We shall see. So if you go into the Voice of Isis video I did yesterday, each of these colors has meaning. In the Keys to the Universe, I hate to do this, but I know where I'm at. Where is my doodles? Doodles! Okay, hang on. Changes, the world changes. The Key to the Universe and the Key of Destiny. Those are Curtis books I did almost 3 years ago. Those books goes into the number, the numerals, what each number and how they equate to nature, to the world, to how we perceive them, what numbers mean. I need to do that, Janine. I'm hoping next week my schedule should be a lot more freer. I've been babysitting Dina and Jason's kitty cats for the last, tomorrow will be 13 days. So I haven't had much time to do much of anything because I have to go before work and then after work, and it's been cray cray. So next week I should have a freer schedule. Um, for sure. I miss you. After I finish The Voice of Isis, there's letters from the teacher, volume 1 and 2. I don't know what volume I have. I might have to look for it. The Pattern of Life. There's some other ones. They're short. Gems of Mysticism. Uh, there's a couple of other ones that I have yet to read or there. But their books are phenomenal. And their baseline, they're not necessarily, they're from a Christian mystic component, but they're also looking at Theosophy, which is Blavatsky. They're looking also at Manly P. Hull's work. They're looking at the law of one pre-Ra. They have the law of one pretty accurate in the way that they're describing it. So I highly recommend these books for anybody that's looking outside of the paradigm but has not yet given up the Bible yet. And you don't need to give it up. Each and every one of us finds God's source in thyself through whatever modality you chose to find it through. We can't knock people for finding God themselves through religion. But religion is nothing, it's something outside of you. You have to find the God within. And some people do find that God from within through religion. But the other morning, an announcement came over my loudspeaker saying that there was going to be a morning prayer. And I would love to find out in what religion it's done in. Our Lord, Father in the heavenly skies. It is androgynous. It is energy. It is photons and quarks and gluons. It is consciousness. I can tell you what, many of these kids are activated. Oh, they're activated. Oh, they are highly advanced. Highly. They're there. They're experiencing other worlds. I have another child who is speaking to something that is not visibly seen. I see it once in a while. And I only had her one day. And she's talking to something in the room that is not visibly seen by everybody else. And she's not with it. Like, she's not in this reality. She is somewhere else. So, this or not, everybody chose their contracts. Yes, B lady, absolutely. The problem that I'm still noticing with a lot of people is that they need the third dimensional, tangible. I need to see it and experience it for myself in order to know it's real. And that's where many of us have foregone some of that because there's stuff I have yet to experience, but I know it's real because I've seen other worldly things. People are talking about the aliens a lot more. They've been here. They're us. I was talking about star seeds on Friday. We are them, they are us. They're here, we're here. What are we waiting for? You already know the truth. It's here. Once you discover yourself, once you unfold the layering of your masks, once you become your authentic self, and no, we're not actualizing that completely just yet. We are still integrating all the parts of us that need to come into this vehicle on an energy scale. We're pulling, we're entangling, we're pulling these things in and integrating. That's why a lot of us are recalibrating. That's why I'm like, I'm a zombie. Hi. I want brains. No, I don't. I'm not killery. is still burning. All you need is love. Do, 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 do. All you need is love. Love. All you need is, all you need is, all you need is self-love. Self-love. Yeah, you need to look in the mirror. You're an alien. We're a species. Not the greatest ones either. Not our fault, per se. It's not our fault. So be lady, yes. The part that people get confused with is that a lot of what we consider Saint Germain, Archangel Michael, Ra, all these other beings that come in and channel and they give themselves a name, it's plural. It's a collective. That's called a social memory complex. Thank you. So what you would consider Archangel Michael or Yeshua coming to you, many of us had those experiences where we are seeing a big form of an angel, of an entity manifesting in front of us. We are having a dream with Yeshua and Archangel Michael. There's a caveat to that. They're omnipotent and omnisentient. They're in everything, in all things. They could be in all places and no places at the same time. They're collectives. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, and it's not the easiest concept to understand, but Archangel Michael is a collective. Yeshua at this point is a collective. Oh my God. I just got that book. Um, Here's the caveat to that, Bob. We're fucking with ourselves. Why do I say that? What we're all in programmed to understand as we are unlayering history, his story, it's still his story. Those two books right there, at least three of these books, four, five, all these books up here are channeled works. And in those channelings is a perception, a snapshot of his or their perception of how we became. Sure, there's a lot of truths in that becoming. I just sent Arnie the Voyagers 1 and 2 versions of the book. about our galactic hurt perception, the beings that Ashiana Dean channels, what she gets, how our history was created. It changes each perception, each race, each delineation of a thought form. The social memory complex is a group of beings who have the same soul imprint that is fractalized in other forms. So when you're reading the law of one, it's Ra. He responds as Ra. But Quo is what is being deliberate now. He's coming now as Quo as a name of a blanket term. So Quo comprises Ra, Latwi, Hatan, and some others. And all of these are in different densities of experience. Each personality are between 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Density. Quo will speak for all of them, but they're all individualistic. That's what we're all going to start forming in the future. So if I am in a group that wants a recipe for some awesome carrot cake that Buckshot makes, but Buckshot's not available because he's working. Another aspect of Buckshot might be named something else, will go and then zip me over the recipe without and bypassing Buckshot because that other aspect of Buckshot has the recipe. We're all one and the same. We're all one, individuated by fractals. Why I could claim and say I have archangels running through this vehicle. Why I could say I know my oversoul, I know my other selves, not in totality, but I know enough to know, and I'm getting the snapshots. I'm seeing lives. I'm feeling my body zip in and out of paradigms. Those are my other selves I'm being drawn to. And one of the meditations that Brian Scott talks about, it's merging with your highest self in the highest timeline, where that person that's you already has the abundance, already has the prosperity and the financial gains and wealth. And it's up to you, this vehicle, to feel it, embody it, embrace it, and walk it. For some of us, though, that's not an easy task when we're being in the shadow. We're in the shadow. We're in the darkness. We came here to transmute through pain and suffering. The more pain and suffering some of us go through, the more light is allowed to come into the collective because we're healing the darkness. We already have other selves right now who already has the abundance, who already is living on fifth density, who's already striving and thriving. And it's up to us to collapse the wave function and manifest it in the material world here, not in that lived experience that is up there. We are merging. So think about a stair step. The ball is falling down the stairs and you're climbing up to catch it and it meets. And you stay here for a little bit with the ball and you're playing it and you're throwing it up against the wall. You're bouncing it. And then again, you throw the ball, but it doesn't get all the way up the stairs. So it's now dropping down and you run up to get it. That's the merger that's happening, if that makes sense. We are pulling down higher frequencies. We are pulling down heaven to earth, but we're also meeting it to where it needs to be energetically. What a lot of us are going through right now is pure exhaustion. I'm exhausted, and it's physical work, it's physical everything. But even those of you that don't work, that are feeling out of it and exhausted, this is why. Your body's recalibrating. You're still shedding and moving through the purge. This is not a process that is going to go away in a snap. This is going to continue for a long time for all of us. This is not exclusive to us. This is everybody. Unfortunately, or fortunately, some of us are doing it first. Yay. Yay. So I'm just making sure I'm still alive after that mayhem. I feel like also I'm feeling glitchy. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Like, I'm glitchy again. I'm seeing glitchies. Okay. I am back. Back again. Am I really? Am I really back? I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing myself do that. Not like that intense, but I'm seeing that. So I'm gonna like for a second. Oh, I can't just yet. Thank you, Scott. Wave 4 of passing overs. Transcending. They're happening. I just lost two people I know. One especially I knew when I was in one phase of my life. Just passed away the other day. And another person that I knew intermittently passed away also the other day. And more people are telling me more passings are happening. So two personal people that I know physically transcended. So we're gonna go through another wave because usually when it hits like my friends that are my age it's spiraling out of control, I know there's another wave coming. Rest in peace, Mike and Mike. Not easy. It really isn't easy losing people that you grew up with. It is not easy. That is that the person that yes, you detach, but it still stinks. We're still human. We still feel it. But I think wave 4 is on its way. So I'm not projecting that to anybody. I don't want that to happen for people, but just understand that there are more people to come. Two people on the same day that I know, that's cray cray. Woo, that's fire. It is fire. I wish I got that on camera. Damn it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, so when I was doing this, it went up. That was not captured on camera, and I'm very fucking pissed. But I didn't want to move it because then that's what happened. I was pulling the flame up and it pulled itself up. Yay! But you are an angel, B lady. You are an angel now. You got to claim that. You're back for that purpose. You already are the angel. You're embodied. That's what I want you guys to understand. I claimed it. I did not want that responsibility. Look, when you claim what you are, if it's coming from a pure space in your heart, it's not coming from ego. When I say that I have two archangels in my vehicle, that is not to be taken lightly. That is a huge fucking human burden. Why? Because my mission is higher. That means more suffering, more pain, more threshold, more working, more energetic work that no one else around me can understand or comprehend besides maybe 5 or 6 of you in totality. right? In this vehicle, you can't zip, but in your light body, you are all the time. Like, so Allison, the vehicle personality that's talking to you is here. Right here. I'm talking to you. But right now, in the now moment, my light body is everywhere. The little sleeping dragon behind my ass, that's me. The little guy right there, that's me. You're an angel. You're already up there. This is just a dream. This is a simulated matrix. This is a holograph. And there's more evidence and more evidence coming out. There's mathematics now being developed or enhanced from classical physics. Classical mathematics is a 3D thing. 3D, classical math, classical physics. Now we're moving into quantum. That's 4, and we're bridging 5 to quantum because we still don't know all of quantum and how it works as a society. And when these scientists will listen to people like myself and Federico Fagin and some other physicists and philosophers who are deeply embedded in metaphysics, well, then they start making it easier for us to grasp reality in the hologram. And that, me lady, is the problem that this human world has. Because when I say you are God, I'm God, you're God, we're all one, that concept is not embraced or absorbed. It's still something outside of myself. Everything is outside when it all comes from within. You two eyes are creating reality. Your subconscious, your unconscious is creating this coffee cup. It created it. It created the sage. God created all things. We created these things, therefore it's of God. We've been taught not to question. We've been programmed to think of ourselves as these lowly parasitic beings. We've been programmed to think less of ourselves. And then if we do think highly of ourselves, we negate it as calling it narcissistic, conceited, arrogance, ego. Okay. Those things exist. It's how you're projecting what you are. It's how you're coming and delivering what you are. It's the good works, the will of intention that's in your auric field, in your biofield, in your toroidal field, in your electromagnetic field. You're a walking field of energy. If you're walking in high vibe and woo woo, what's up? Everybody's going to feel that energy and absorb it and feel fantastic. If you're walking and going, fuck my life, fuck my life. I do this every day. Fuck my life. But I alchemize that fuck my life. I can't control or change my financial circumstances right now. I think to some of you, I have some help, but that's not changing my paradigm. It's just to survive. But I'm not sitting in my head all day going, fuck, 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 fuck. I'm really not. I'm not worried about it anymore. Can't do anything about it. I'm not going to worry about it. The only thing I can do is put my will of intention to thrive, to focus in on what I want, to focus in on doing the actions and doing the work to have a cause and effect, because we're still in 3D. That's how we manifest. In order to manifest, you still have to do the work. You have to put cause and effect, movement, action, motion to have those effects and causes. You still need to do that. When you're listening to a tarot card reading and they're telling you, "Oh, this person's coming in and that's coming in and this is happening." Well, if you're sitting in the house, you only have like 1 percentage point that somebody is going to ring your doorbell and that person is going to manifest into your life. You got to put yourself out there to have that cause and effect. If I didn't go on a dating app, I would have never met Marine. No way, shape, or form would have I crossed his path in any way besides maybe driving. We live 30 minutes away from each other. He's in like towns way back over there, and I don't go back over there. And I went there once. I'm not over there. So if our streams ever cross, it would be through driving. If you want to do something, you got to put your will of intention still to this day. What's happening though is when you are putting your will of intention, you're putting action into motion. Things for some of us are manifesting quicker, meaning the cohesion in your field, the cohesion in your body is magnetizing those things to collapse into third dimensional materiality quicker. That doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. That doesn't mean that I'm going to like kumbaya the lottery numbers. I am Cleo. Remember those psychic chick commercials? I am Cleo and I'm seeing your future. If it's in your script, if it's in your contract to win that lotto, you're going to win that lotto. But if it's not in your script, you're not winning the lotto. I would love to win the lotto because I would love to impart a lot of those gifts and goodies to all of you. I'm impressed, Marine, if you're watching. I have a cord that my dead phone needs to be in. I found it. Hi, Ivy. I take my ash, my little ash. I'm a hockey fan. I do hockey. I like hockey because hockey, you need to have skill. And it's very hard to throw. Yeah, you can throw a hockey game. That's for sure. I've seen it. I've seen the referees make bad calls, and it changes the dynamic of the game. But those guys are on little blades, and you gotta go really, 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 really fast, and you get to fuck up people with a little stick and this tiny little puck, and you gotta get it into a net. I'm sorry, you need skill for that. B lady, I'm with you. I'm really with you on that. But I'm not banking on the government to do anything for me. I'm not banking on a system that's breaking and collapsing, that is corrupt, and it's on both sides. I don't care who delivers it to me. I want my money and I want it now, JG Wentworth. It's still stolen. It's not back in my hands. They stole a lot of money from all of us, and we're still waiting. And we'll probably forever be waiting. I'm sick and tired of the game. The 5D chess match, that Indian chick that's 14 years old, I think, that beat a freaking master that's in his 60s. Let her win the damn game. I'm over it. Because you know what? I needed it forever ago, and many of you do too. And I'm sick and tired of waiting for things that keep perpetually, it's a program. Once I see it looping, I'm off the loop train. I'm moving forward. Oh, they're playing Arizona. I do know my teams. My dad, my adopted dad. Fun fact, my dad used to be, back in the day, a Cleveland Indians fan. And you know what? My dad loved calling in to sports radio stations and complaining his ass off. And he was on a radio talk show forever. My dad used to call in on the phone, and I knew I couldn't go on AOL dial-up for certain hours of time because that was when the show was, because my dad needed the line. Because my dad was screaming and getting heated over baseball. And my mom was a New York Yankees fan. So I didn't like baseball because they both fought over stupid entertainment. I just like watching hockey. I have a fan favorite team. That's the New Jersey Devils. Oh, but they're Devils. Oh my God. It's just a name. They're talented, but it doesn't matter. It's good to escape once in a while out of the matrix, in the matrix, whatever matrix you were in. It's nice to escape every once in a while and just tune out. We need breaks. I don't like taking breaks. But like this one is a definite, like, I don't like this. I'm not comfortable break, because it's responsibility after responsibility after responsibility after responsibility that is for other people and not myself. And then my buddies should have been back by now, and I now have to wake up again at 4:30 in the morning to take care of the kitties, which I love my cat. I love my nieces and nephews and my fur babies, but it's taking a humongous toll out of me. Bob, that's the one sport they're still allowed to fight. They're still allowed to fight in hockey. And I'm okay with that. I like that. Besides UFC, you can always watch that, or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even that's still a little debatable. But I like old school boxing, but they don't really do that anymore either. I like this quote. You didn't become what tried to break you. You didn't become what tried to break you. You became the proof the cycle ends. So we're breaking not only our generational curses, cycles that no longer serve this soul, we're doing it for every other self. Our ancestors or us, they're living here in the now moment. We're breaking all of it. Bye, Felicia. Bye. I liked volleyball too. I actually liked volleyball. I like this one too. I see I put on my Facebook and now I'm getting good stuff. I didn't grow up with role models. I actually didn't. My mother was like my role model, but not really. I grew up with people I did not want to be like. That shapes a person. That's being shared. Oh, that's awesome, Ashmaya. Yeah, my father was huge into baseball. Huge. I went to one baseball game with him and I was miserable. I did not like the experience. Um, go to a hockey game, I could sit with a beer. I do drink once in a while. Um, when people hook me up with VIP tickets, yeah, baby. It's fun. Hockey is fun. And everybody around you is lively and excited. And you become like a group family. Baseball, it doesn't, you get your tickets and you could be sitting around the people that are on the opposing team. And in some states, I don't know about Indiana, Chicago area just yet. I haven't been to a hockey game up here, but I know from watching Philadelphia games, you got to be sitting in the right section. And I don't know. I've been to New York, MSG, watching the Rangers with the Devils, and everybody commingled. No one was going at it at the end of the day. That's a beautiful paint. Oh, I can paint that. That was me in dancing. I was always at a dance competition. Always. Always competing. I was in the dance moms thing without it being that way. I was never ever. If you're in Colorado, there is a tornado. Oh, that's 2 days ago. Love Facebook. Ivy, I bet you they were. Not gonna lie, if you read the chat. I'm not good at chess either. Uh, good at checkers, not that good at my brain. I think way too many steps ahead, and I forget the middle steps. So like I see the outcome that I want, but I don't know how to get to that outcome. That's been my whole life. Navigating a shit show. I want to paint this really, really bad because I don't want to epoxy around the LED here. But I'm not sure what colors I want. Wow, it's almost 8:30 already. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't know. I would probably not be able to do it today, potentially tomorrow or the weekend. We'll see. Um, so Marine is packed up his trailer and put a mower in it, and he sent me a picture of his trailer. So he'll be here tomorrow mowing. I'm excited. My grass is a wild jungle, and that's something that I needed to get done. Ivy, I could totally see you doing that too. So I did some crafting earlier on the first round. Family. I'm adding to this. I think feathers might be the winner chicken dinner because I don't like how the clouds did not come out like looking like clouds. Um, so we might put some feathers on that. This is still drying, but I wanted the Cracker Barrel rustic look. It's still drying, but we got welcome. Choo-choos! Yes, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, and don't worry, I'm still hook latching. That hasn't been touched. And I still got to do doggy portraits. Still. I should have taped. Interesting. Definitely should have threw tape on this. Oops. I should have wore a Spock. Which one, Ivy? I went to Walmart to get the baby's food the other day, and I saw this on a clearance shelf and had to have it. And I would have gotten a lot more hearts, and there was some other shapes. I chose purples, but someone's not answering me. It's sports entertainment for your viewing pleasure and mind program numbing contention. And to be honest with you guys, I wish Jason would have kept up with the WWE stuff because his WrestleMania breakdown was phenomenal. If we would go back in the Wayback Machine and remember that. Um, ow. That was a really good breakdown of WrestleMania. Purple fingers. Okay, we're gonna sit and let this dry. I'm going to get the paint out of my fingernail. I might tape up the because I'm still seeing paint everywhere. I might do some spray paint in there. That's what Allison's thinking is going. I would have taped that, but that's not easy to tape either. Oh, where? Oh, where? So I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to do some cards because I am getting really, really, really out of it. I'm tired. I also have to shower. I have a lot of nasty kiddos all over me all day long. No, I'm still here. Thank you, Scott. Oops, today's my grandmother's birthday. Biological one. Oops. On August 28th, my dad will be passed over 20 years. That's insane. That's fucking insane. So I'm going to draw those dream interpretative cards. So if anybody's having dreams, again, this is not going to resonate for everybody, but Marine got these for me, or he had them and gave them to me. This has some really good interpretations on them. It's not going to be for everybody, but I figured let me try to use them tonight. Dos. We have baby, bebe, 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 birth. If a baby appears in a dream or you give birth, and this is not going to be for the guys, this is an indication of new beginnings or creativity within yourself. Since a baby cannot survive unless taken care of, the dream may be encouraging you to give more support or attention to someone or something. The baby's behavior could be significant. If they are content, you might be adequately nurturing your inner gifts. If they are distressed, you are perhaps being neglectful. Sometimes a dream about a baby or pregnancy can be simple wish fulfillment. However, if this is inappropriate to your circumstances, it could also be an attempt by your unconscious to help you reconnect with your inner child or discover your hidden potential. If a baby is born with an adult head, that's crazy. This may point to intellectual maturity combined with emotional naivete. Pregnancy dreams often indicate a period of waiting during which you need to be patient. That's why I like these cards. I thought Freya was down here. Trees, mountains, or gardens. Because they are landscape features, trees in a dream may seem incidental, but they often refer to your spiritual and emotional development. Forests typically symbolize the unknown. They may reflect feelings of being lost or confused. If so, the way out is to trust your intuition. Such a dream gives a clear sign you need to find inner strength and reconnect with what truly matters. The denser and gloomier the wood, the more urgently you need to move towards clarity and contentment. However, if the mood is of wonder or joy, the dream may point to the benefits of deeply exploring the mysteries of the self or life itself. A mountain indicates a challenge you must overcome. The view of the valley below is the reward for persistence. Gardens refer to areas of potential growth in your life. Grass suggests a desire to be closer to nature or to your natural self. So if you're dreaming of any of these, take heed. My favorite rune, radio. Travel, journey. Travel is a key theme for this rune card. When it appears in a casting, it indicates that an exciting journey is about to begin. This could be a physical journey, but it is far more likely to indicate an inner journey. The rune is associated with the right path being traveled. So this suggests that your focus should be on enjoying the ride rather than actual destination. Live in the power of now. Being so closely linked to forward momentum. This card could also indicate that if you're currently feeling stuck in your life, your stagnation is due to an unwillingness to look for answers within yourself. Things have got to a point in your life, nevertheless, when it will be more painful to remain where you are than go on an essential journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I'm going within. They're not answering me. Myself is an asshole. I'm going to do one more card pull for today because I got to go shower and get some sleep. I'm exhausted. 4:30 in the morning is awaiting. My eyes twitching at that. Probably not Ivy. I can't show this. Kind of. Hang on. See that name? I'm not pronouncing it. Tuning fork in my ear. Do not give up, but allow your heart to disengage from your struggles, which I'm trying to do. Give yourself much needed rest. I wish you're in a phase of recovery. If you have been off your path, you are going to come back strong. You will regain your spark of passion, inspiration, and devotion. A certain order of events needs to take place for your soul path to come to fruition. Commit yourself to your sacred journey, trusting that the right thing will happen at the right time. I'm waiting. This is a Greek person. Refers to the cessation of work so one can regain strength, renew vitality, and heighten creative. Bye, bee lady. Productivity. It is a rest for success. The oracle advises physical, emotional, and psychological rest to reset yourself. That might mean switching off without fear or guilt. It is likely to mean giving up worries and constant replay of anxiety-ridden speculations. Find some spacious and pleasure within and around yourself so you may experience healing and renewal. If you have been considering working with a healer, this is confirmation to pursue such a path. Also recommends finding spiritual rest, even if you're still working hard. Spiritual rest happens when we take sanctuary in the sacred. We give up trying to become something or other and instead tend fully to the task at hand. Completely engage in the moment. When we do so, we are trusting that the universe knows what it is doing and that we get part of a greater unfolding plan. This oracle recognizes there is something you have been working hard to bring into being. With a little more trust in your spiritual connection, you'll find the way easier and more joyful. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Spirit can sustain you through your devotion and commitment so that every effort you make is more than matched by the inflow of spiritual grace. Don't allow your mind or the deranged ways of this world to create weariness and yet another drama. Take rest in the spiritual light of love. Rest from fear, rest from anxiety, rest from needing to work it all out right now. Even on your most confusing or most productive days, you can find renewal in spirit. It is always available to you, even right now. Hi, Spirit. So, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Sorry about I don't know what, if it was the internet, if it was Zoom, if it was YouTube. I don't know. But thank you for sticking around, sticking with me, finding me again. That was the first time that has ever happened in the time of all the lives I've done. Don't know why it took place. Always a reason for something happening. But either way, thank you for sticking around. Thank you guys so much for your like seriously, I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up, number one. Two, thank you for those that have shared and has given some abundance back to me. I appreciate it. It's keeping me alive, literally, and going. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Be the physical shoulders for somebody today. Be that lighthouse, because you are affecting each and every person you come into contact with your field. Sprinkle your truths. Whatever that truth is, there's always an expanded version of it, so don't worry about it. Sprinkle it anyway. Get it out of you. Share it. You never know who it's going to touch and what seed you're going to plant. Light that path forward. I will be live on Friday, hopefully at a normal, back to schedule time. We shall see. But until then, guys, thank you so much. I don't know if I'm putting up a video tomorrow, hopefully of Freya or Little Thor, whoever decides to show up. I try to get them out in the morning, but sometimes the afternoon is when it's going to happen. Thank you so much for being flexible with when I come on. Hopefully things go back to normal and I can get my schedule back to best. And hopefully this is going to go bye-bye soon. So until then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a safe and beautiful night wherever you are in the world. Be safe, be seen. I didn't do enough of this. Pinky and chicken. Say buck buck and pew pew.